came up to you and was talking to you about a service dog, how they're interested in having a service dog, but they're really hesitant, what would be some words of encouragement for you to push that veteran forward to getting that service dog?
So I would just tell him that it's like a best friend that'll be by your side pretty much all the time. And like I said, he's like a security blanket for me. So for others, it might just be that boost to get you out the door and go to Walmart or somewhere that you might not normally go.
And then last question, would you recommend Chris, whether it's just a trainer as himself or Heroes Never Alone?
Absolutely, both of them.
Okay. Did you have to? Perfect.
For sure, yeah.
That's everything. Thank you so much, Marissa and Foster. We are here with Marissa and Mr. Foster.
Oh, good boy.
Sorry, guys. So I was just trying to see how training's going.
Training's doing great.
Awesome. Okay. And then how is Foster impacting your life?
He's made it easier for me to go places. I'm not the type of person I get anxious when I go out, so he's been like a little security blanket when I go out, which is all I could ever ask for, honestly.
Have you had service dogs before in the past?
Never.
No, so he's your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. And then how did you find out about Heroes Never Alone and their service dog program?
So when I first moved here, we moved here 10 months ago. I was looking for veteran pages in the area, just for support groups, and I came across Heroes Never Alone. So I followed it, and then 3 weeks after I followed the page, she posted about the service dogs. So I was like, I talked to my husband, and I was like, should we do it? And he's like, go ahead, apply, see what happens.
Amazing.
So
now, could you imagine life without him?
No.
No.
It's a little stressful right now, but it'll pay off in the end, which is the best.
Now, with knowing Heroes Never Alone and Chris, how would you say they have impacted your life, other than providing a service dog? How has
so Chris has actually given me so many tools to help train my other dog, which is great because she's on the other side of learning. So teaching her how to sit and lay down is new, and she's picked it up pretty quick. And same for him.
Okay. Whoop. All right, we're here with Jimmy, one of our veterans, and one of our service dogs, Sunny. So, Jimmy, just tell me a little bit about dog training. How's it going?
It's been a big difference from, I've never done training with her or any animals before, and to teach her and take her different places and stuff like that has brought me out of my comfort zone.
And how has Sunny impacted your life?
She's impacted my life so much. I'm actually able to sleep at night. I actually want to go places. I want to do stuff. I mean, just being around her makes my day even better.
That's awesome. When did you first learn about Heroes Never Alone?
Probably a year ago.
Okay.
Somebody from Kingston Club said about a food drive, and then it went from there.
Awesome. Okay, so you have a really good relationship. You were familiar with Heroes before. How do you feel about your dog trainer, Mr. Christopher?
I enjoyed my time with Chris. I mean, it's not just about as a dog trainer. I mean, he kind of became friends and family over everything. He showed me so much on different ways to train her and different techniques and stuff like that.
Okay, so if you didn't gain that relationship with Chris and you were just strictly dog training, how highly would you recommend him? Would you recommend him to others?
Absolutely. I'd recommend Chris to anybody. That's why I've gave his card out to multiple people, because everybody sees she's a puppy and very young, and she's doing very well.
And what does she do for you?
I mean, she's my post-traumatic stress disorder dog. She's my support dog. When I didn't even want to go in public before, and she's kind of like helping me with that, helping me get around, being around people and being in an environment where there's a lot of people.
Amazing. Now, do you have anything that you would like to add to any other veterans out there who might be skeptical about getting a service dog, or maybe a little bit afraid to take that step forward?
I was on a list for 4 years and was kept, not even denied, but I think I was skipped over or whatever. And now that I have her, it's changed my life dramatically. And I mean, it's been the greatest thing for me and my family.
Okay. Awesome. So I would just say keep pushing for it.
Absolutely.
All right. There you have it. Jimmy and Sunny, everybody. Hi, we're here with Joelle and Miss Birdie. Joelle, how would you say having your service dog has changed
a smile on my face and is comforting, as well as the continued training will give her the ability to help me with my mobility.
Okay. So she really helps with your mobility, walking around. How is training going?
Great.
Yes. Have you seen improvement with Birdie since you've gotten her from like day one to now with training?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find out about Heroes Never Alone and the service dog program?
There was something from another agency that had referred me to them originally
Okay.
for a different program.
Awesome. So
and then
word
we've
of
seen
mouth.
it through their programs.
Amazing, amazing. Now, have you had service dogs in the past?
I had a Great Dane named Mouse in 2017 when they thought I had MS, which I do not, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. Thank God for that.
Yes.
Now, would you recommend Christopher Stanford, your dog trainer, or Heroes Never Alone to other people?
Absolutely.
And how would you have anything to say to a veteran, like if they are wanting a service dog but like pausing on it because they're worried about red tape or the anxiety that come with having a dog and not having one before? Would you have anything to say to that person to encourage them to move forward with getting a service dog?
Do it.
Okay.
The businesses, especially in this area, have been extremely nice. I've not had a single problem. Even the courthouse didn't
Okay.
have a problem. Everybody has been pleasant. 90% of people go, oh, nice. Oh, it's a service dog. Okay, and leave you alone. There's handlers, trainers out there like Chris that can help.
Okay.
So
Awesome. And how is your relationship with the dog trainer with Heroes?
I think he wants to put an e-collar on me to train the human, but it's good.
Okay, awesome. All right. And then what kind of places do you guys go to and train? Are you doing a lot of stuff out in public or?
Yes.
Okay.
So she goes with me everywhere I go. We own an auto garage, so she gets to hang out there all day, and she works really hard.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's Joelle and Birdie. All right, we're here with Steve, another one of our veterans, and have Major here. So we're just coming in to check in with everybody, see how training is going so far and what you think about it.
I think training has been going great. It's been good to learn how to train the dogs, and then as well to see their progress. It was a little slow going at first, but as we've done more and more, it picks up a lot quicker. It's really cool to see him progress. Whenever you actually tell him to lay down, he does it.
Right.
So pretty rewarding.
Now, before you got Major, have you ever had a service dog?
No.
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 Okay.
I wanted one for a lot of years, but I never got one.
Has anything prevented you before from getting one?
I guess not knowing what to do, then paperwork filling out. I'm not good with paperwork anymore. It just stresses me out. So,
Awesome.
and I actually got other dogs that I was going to try to do the service dogs, but
It just never worked out.
never worked out. No.
Okay. So how has Major helped impact your life? How has he made a change in your life as being your service dog?
One thing for sure, whenever I do get stressed out, he's always there to kind of ground me. So
Okay.
I can use grounding techniques. Looking into his eyes, he's got not the regular typical color of eyes.
Oh yeah, he's got beautiful eyes.
So just kind of looking at that big face looking back at you, it definitely kind of helps keep me present. And there was an instance a couple weeks ago, where I was taking him out to go potty when we were traveling, and he's sniffing the roses, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I should take some time and sniff the roses too.
Yeah.
So learning a lot
Giving you
from
that,
him.
that
Yep.
time to like be present.
Yep.
Awesome.
And being present is definitely something I've had problems with. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And how did you hear about Heroes Never Alone and their service dogs?
There was a post on Facebook as far as the service dogs, but we had interacted with them briefly in the past due to like the Thanksgiving or Christmas whenever they
Okay.
go out.
So you had like a previous relationship
Yeah,
with
but
them.
I had never met them
Okay.
prior to that. Then I found out after talking to them that we've been to similar events.
Awesome.
So,
Okay.
that's-
Cool.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about Christopher, the trainer that is?
I think he's been great. If I have a question, he answers. He seems to always have the solutions. So I appreciate his time, for sure,
Okay.
and how good he is with Major as well. And he's always excited to see him.
And how likely are you to recommend Chris as a dog trainer or Heroes Never Alone to others?
Absolutely. Every time I get a chance to tell someone about Chris or Heroes Never Alone, they ask about Major, I do. So,
Amazing.
so yeah, definitely grateful to have both of them.
And do you have anything you would like to say to other veterans that might be hesitant towards service dogs, or any advice for anybody?
I would say that the benefit outweighs the risk. I mean, there is stress associated with
Right.
having a puppy. That, you know, it's just part of it. But it's definitely worthwhile to see the dog progress. And if anything, you know, one of the things I struggle with is having a sense of purpose, and caring for the dog is sometimes a
It
sense
gives you
of purpose.
something.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's amazing.
So-
Well, thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
thank you.
That is Steve and Major. All right, we're here with Sheila. She's the co-founder with Heroes Never Alone. Sheila, how would you say Chris has helped impact the service dog program with Heroes?
Well, he has greatly impacted it. His whole family truly has. Previously, my husband and I were really busy, and we were just trying to keep everything afloat. Not because we didn't want to, but because we wanted to so well. And so when Chris and his family came along, and his wife, truly it was such a blessing to us, because we could, in our hands, we could hand it over to them and just know that it would be well stewarded, it would be well taken care of, that our veterans would be taken care of, and that they would put the time and the effort that each person and each dog needs. And that was really, really important to us.
Okay. And then how have you seen the service dog program grow since you first started it to now?
Well, Chris meets with the veteran once a week, and he continues to take on veterans. I know that through his household it's very busy, but he really doesn't say no, although I think he should sometimes. But really it just continues to grow. Veterans, they reach out, and instead of saying, you know, we're gonna have to put you on a waiting list, or, you know, we'll come back to this, we've been able to say, yes, come on aboard, we want you to be part of the program. And we have just found that it's been such a relief for us to know that he's able to take on, and he has that time to take on veterans. We really need help to support that, because he's not going to be able to continue to do that if we don't get help from the community to help support that, to help to continue to have him do that, because this is really making a difference in the veterans' lives.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about Heroes Never Alone? What all do you do? I know you do stuff mainly for veterans, but I know you also help out in the community. So if you would like to elaborate a little bit more on that.
Well, Heroes Never Alone is a nonprofit for veterans. That is where all of the proceeds from Heroes Never Alone goes to. As just human beings, my husband and I have such a desire to help and love on the community and show them that they're seen, they're loved, they're heard. With that, Heroes Never Alone owns Fox's Pizza Den, and we're able to bless veterans who come in with a cinnamon stick. We have a Blessed Veteran board with a pizza, with a cheese bread. But when we hear a need in the community, we're also able to help them through that. We are able to help raise money for the fire departments in the community. We're able to help raise money for the cheerleaders. Whoever the board approves, we're able to help, and that really is important to us. If someone comes in and says that they've had a fire and they just want a pizza, we're able to look at them and say, listen, take this money and keep it towards what you need it for. So that's kind of just my husband and I's heart, but Heroes Never Alone really it focuses on veterans. So any money that you would donate to Heroes, it goes towards veterans, because we want to keep it in the community, and we just want people to know where their money is going. But as just human beings, my husband and I, along with all of our staff, along with Chris and his family, we have an outdoors program called Mission Outfitters that we just launched. It is led by 3 veterans, hunting, fishing, hiking, any outdoors. And that really, you know, we have that program too that's really launching and taking off. And I really just, through all of these programs, am just so grateful that the Lord has brought so many wonderful, God-fearing veterans into our lives that can just pour into themselves and community, because really it's not just about veterans, it's not just about community, but it's about working together. Yes. And making just a way for everyone.
Absolutely. How did you guys come up with Heroes Never Alone? Because you said it's you and your husband, so what made you guys want to start that?
We maybe 3 years ago, Well, we've always had a deep appreciation for veterans, but probably around 3 years ago, maybe 4, we had met a veteran who was in a home, and he had there was 3 beds in his room, and he was in an assisted living home. We didn't feel that that was really fair, that he had all these awards, whether he had an award or not, but he was a veteran and he shouldn't have to share with 3 other people in a small bathroom. And so at the time, my husband and I were renovating homes and selling them. The market was great, and so that's what we were doing. Well, we thought we would purchase and renovate a home for this guy, and we ended up purchasing property. Then we ended up buying the homes out in Ligonier, and it really we had no intentions initially to become a nonprofit. We just wanted to help veterans. We just thought that our freedom was worth us coming up and doing something about it. We could keep and sit back and complain about it, or we could do something about it, and that's what we felt we were called to do. And when we felt that the Lord had called us to do that, we kind of hit the ground running, and we quickly realized that in order to help a veteran, we had to be a nonprofit. And that sounds so ridiculous to me, because we had these homes and we were willing to just let veterans live there, and not pay rent, just have heat, electric, whatever they needed, hot water, and they wouldn't be homeless. And we just kept getting denied to help veterans, and so we quickly realized that we needed to become a nonprofit, and we're glad that we did. But we came up with the name Heroes Never Alone because we feel like that's really what our program is. There's no man left behind, there's no one who's left alone, and there's certainly no veteran that we feel should be left alone.
Awesome. And if people wanted to reach out to you, how could they find Heroes Never Alone?
They can visit our website, www.heroesneveralone.org, or Facebook. We are Heroes Never Alone Inc.org, or Inc. on Facebook. And we have an Instagram account. I'm not good with all that. I'm the one who keeps track of all these different accounts, and I am not good. So if you know a social media person, get a hold of me. Because that is not my forte.
Well, thank you so much. And I can personally say, from knowing Sheila and partnering with Heroes Never Alone, it's just blossomed, and I've seen so much fruit come from it, and people being helped and blessed. And I'm just grateful to know you, not only as a friend, but I feel like when you become part of Heroes Never Alone, you gain a whole family, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So I'm also grateful to know you and become your family and friend.
Thank you.
It's great to know you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that's it. All right, we're here with Chris, the dog trainer for Heroes Never Alone. Chris, I just wanted to check in with you. How is dog training going, and how have you seen the progression throughout all of the dogs?
All the dogs, they're on pace for everything. They all started kind of rough, and then near the end, like pretty much all the dogs are pretty much on the same skill level. We'll get the ones that are a little behind, we'll get them caught up. So.
Okay. And how would you say partnering up with Heroes Never Alone, how has that changed what you saw for your future with dog training?
Well, I knew I wanted to give service dogs to veterans. That was the whole reason why I got into this business. And so once I seen that they had a nonprofit, I instantly was like, hey, let's team up, because they didn't have this in there. So I wanted to help them, because this is what I wanted to do anyway. So.
Okay. Now, going further with your dog training, would you stick with service dogs?
Majority is going to be service dogs, but I am going to take other clients. But like, service dogs are my heart, because I know it took me, I think, 8 years to get a service dog, so that's just entirely too long. So I'm hoping I can change that for the Pennsylvania veterans.
And having a service dog of your own, how does that impact a veteran?
So like with me, I could never go into stores. I couldn't go into Walmart. I couldn't do any of that. But once I have my dog, I can go anywhere. I'm confident. Like his presence helps me out. And then like me, if I drop something, he'll pick it up for me. So I kind of get away with things now. So.
Okay. And if you were to come into contact with a veteran who has thought about a service dog but has been really hesitant, whether it's going through the hoops of trying to get one or just a fear of all of that comes with having a dog, what would you tell them?
Well, it's a huge commitment, but it's life changing. So like within, like, you'll notice as soon as you have the dog, like, your demeanor is just going to change. Like, you can ask all the veterans, once they got this dog, like, their whole lives completely changed. And now they can focus on them for this whole year, and then hopefully next year they'll never have to worry about it because their dog has been trained. So.
All right, awesome. And then if any veterans had, after seeing this video, questions about service dogs or dog training in general, are they free to contact you, and how can they reach you?
Yeah, they can text me, call me, email me. You can email csk9llc@gmail or text me 814-485-3771, and we can discuss it.
Okay, and then how can they follow you on social media?
I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I think that's everything. And yeah.
All they have to do is search up CSK9 and you'll pop up?
I believe so. The only one I don't think is TikTok. I think TikTok might be something different.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.